Greetings everyone, my name is Black Witch Dirah. I am a Luciferian witch and occultist of the left-hand path, as well as an occult educator. Day 3 of my Halloween series. Today I'm going to be talking about pros and cons of the left-hand path. But before I go into that, Hexing 101, as I told you yesterday and the day before, it's only available for the month of October, so if you're interested, please go and sign up before it's too late. And also the Dark Arts Academy, we've kept it open for October because it's our 6-month anniversary and it's October and it's the best month of the year, so I say that as a biased Scorpio. But also, yeah, we just kept it open. We decided to keep it open, so it's open. Come join us. We have an amazing Samhain group ritual planned for the 31st and we would love to have you there. Okay, pros and cons of the left-hand path. Let's start with the pros. I mean, I suppose I went a lot into the pros in my video yesterday. I mean, who doesn't love a bit of elevation, evolution, apotheosis? Who doesn't love a bit of spiritual enlightenment, seeking knowledge, seeking wisdom? I think the pros consist of living a really authentic life, because there's no expectations on you or who you have to be. It is led by you, essentially. And yes, you are somewhat guided, but ultimately it is led by you, and you get to live your most authentic life and your authentic truth. Sounds like I'm trying to convert you. I'm really not. This is literally just a talking point. Another pro, although some people might not consider this to be a pro, is the intensity of being on the left-hand path. So it's never boring. If it's boring, you're doing something wrong and you're stagnant. But yeah, no, it's literally never boring. There's always some kind of lesson or revelation coming to you. So you ain't gonna get fucking bored. It's not monotonous. It's not like going to church every Sunday. It's ever changing, which is so exciting. Like sometimes I think, oh my god, what am I gonna be like 5 years from now? Because if I look back at myself 5 years ago, it's like unrecognizable. So even if I look back at myself like 1 year ago, it's unrecognizable. Like the changes that take place, I swear you just like learn so much faster, you grow so much faster. It's like spirituality on crack. And these changes last. It's like seeing through an entirely new lens. Like once you see the way it is, yeah, you ain't seeing it the same ever again. Another pro is you being your own god, in a way. So what I mean by that is you are essentially deciding what you are creating and what you are doing with your life, what you're creating, what you're destroying, what you're trying to manifest or what you're trying to get rid of. And there's no kind of set book of rules to live by in order to pursue that. Yes, in my practice, I work with demons who guide me. They help me make certain decisions because I ask for their input and I ask for their wisdom, right? But you know, I don't have one singular kind of all-powerful, almighty Lord that I look up to and that I fear his judgment. There's no... I think I did fear judgment at first from demons, but I think that was literally just my conditioning, and now I don't feel that, or nowhere near as much as I used to. Just gonna wait for that to stop. Like, was that really necessary? Another pro of the left-hand path is the kind of idea that it's never ending, that there's always more work to do. I feel like with other Orthodox religions, there's a sense of an ending. It's like, I'm gonna live this way to get into the kingdom of heaven. I'm gonna live my way to make the most of my life and become the best version of myself possible, and just be the most content, unapologetic, authentic version of me. And the last one I'm going to mention is the self-awareness, the self-accountability and the self-responsibility when you have self-awareness, like, that is such a powerful tool. Like, it can stop you making the same mistakes over and over again. You just become a better person when you're self-aware, and when you own yourself, your relationships improve, your relationship with yourself improves. When you are responsible for yourself, when you are accountable, and when you are aware, you are just a more well-rounded individual, and you just function better in society, honestly. Like, you know, the amount of people that just completely like lack self-awareness and personal responsibility, and they wonder why all their relationships are shit. They wonder why things never seem to work out for them, because they're in this like victim mode, because they won't take responsibility for their actions. But you know, it feels scary to own things sometimes. It feels scary to face the truth, but it's so liberating when you do, and that is just one of the many liberating factors of the left-hand path. But let's move on to some cons. So I suppose you could reverse most of what I've just said into cons if you like. Like, if you don't like being responsible, then that's a con. It can be painful to look at yourself, honestly. That shit's painful. And the left-hand path will throw trials, challenges, curveballs your way and completely throw you off. Like, you know, a full kind of tower moment where the tower falls and you're just left in the rubble, and you're like, what the fuck was that? Like, what the fuck just happened? And then when you start to rebuild and you become this stronger version of yourself, and you're more resilient, and you're like, oh, that's why. You know, it's always revealed in the end. But there could be times where you are in the dark and you don't know how to trust what's on the other side of it. And that leads me back to the whole intensity thing. So there are kind of aspects of the intensity that can lead one to insanity if you don't handle yourself well, which is why it's not something to be rushed, it's something to be taken slowly. Another con, I suppose, is that it's not easy. I mean, I don't think I was ever born for an easy life. I don't think I was born to ever have it easy. I feel more satisfied with my life when I overcome something rather than when things are easy. That's just me, and that's not me asking for a hard life. I'm just saying from personal experience. You know, the satisfaction you get when you achieve something that was fucking hard, or you get through a really hard time in your life and you become better, you're like, fuck me, I'm strong. And that creates self-esteem. And another kind of thing with that as well is that with the left-hand path, you can't live a lie. You can't live in illusions. I mean, you can, but they'll be broken down pretty fucking quickly and savagely. So, and that's what I found. Whenever I've tried to live a lie, whenever I've tried to live an illusion and I haven't wanted to let it go, it will be broken down savagely. The more you resist, the more painful it's gonna be. And I think the last kind of negative point slash con I'm gonna talk about is it's a little bit isolating. It's a path you kind of walk by yourself. I mean, obviously, like with me, I've got my demons, but you know, in the sense of like what you go through internally, it's not really something you can, I mean, you can express it to the people in your life, but no one's ever going to fully understand it. And I mean, you know, I have friends on the left-hand path in my life, and it's helped me a lot to, you know, discuss things, especially when I feel like I've gone into a dark night of the soul and I'm really struggling to navigate it. You know, that's been helpful, but at the end of the day, you are on your own. You are on your own, and it's not a sense of like, there's no priest to go to, there's no church to turn to, it's not refuge, it's not like, you can't be babied, you can't be mollycoddled through it, you can't be pacified, you know, it's really something you have to white knuckle through sometimes. And yeah, that can be isolating, because it's not like, you know, if your friend asks like, what's up, you seem off, it's just like, oh, I'm currently going through a spiritual crisis where I'm in the alchemical stage of Negredo and my whole reality feels like it's falling apart before my eyes. And yeah, I'm just really struggling to get through that right now. People are gonna think that you are in psychosis if you start saying shit like that. And spiritual psychosis is a real thing, like, of course, but the difference between someone who's in spiritual psychosis and who's not is someone that's aware that what they are saying could be interpreted as spiritual psychosis. Because if you were in spiritual psychosis, you'd be fucking blabbering it out. Because you think that that's genuinely reality and that's normal, right? But yeah, how to know that you're not in spiritual psychosis is the fact that you are aware of the symptoms of that, and also still have a firm grip of reality. It's really important to balance your human life and your spiritual life in order to maintain your sanity, essentially. So that's all I have for today, guys. I hope you're enjoying this Halloween sort of mini series so far, and I will see you for the next one tomorrow. Goodbye for now.